come from? Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
Oh,
Hello, everyone. Guess
I forgot. Does it always start that abruptly?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. I thought there was a bit of an outro there. But yes, welcome to the podcast. Yes, you're not seeing double. Nads is back on the show. So welcome back,
Yes.
leveling up the podcast. And I want to give a special shout out to Maker of Chaos and Bliss for filling in on the last two episodes. So that was
Yes.
awesome of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
But the duo is back, and we're going to be talking gaming. So, welcome to Cloud&Console, the podcast that deep dives into the world of gaming, featuring the most exciting games of our time. Join our two Canadian co-hosts, Rudigs and Nads, as they explore their personal interests and share their passion for gaming as cloud gamers and Geforce Now ambassadors. Every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern, tune in to hear these best friends who met through Google Stadia discussing their latest adventures in gaming, including their favorite game, Destiny 2, as well as other exciting titles. From in-depth analysis to hilarious banter, these smart and fun hosts bring their unique Canadian perspective to the world of gaming. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an epic ride through the world of gaming with Cloud&Console. That is the intro.
Yes.
Episode 82. Wow. Yes.
That's crazy.
82.
It's been
Let's
a while.
It's been awesomeness. But
yeah.
here we are, and
Yes.
we're getting right back into it. Let's talk gaming, because that's what everyone's here for. Thank you, Reaver the Beaver, dropping that awesome message off of the beginning. Thank you so much. Bliss coming in. Hey, hope you're doing well, good sir. And it's the Purple Haze. Thank you for hanging out. Very creepy stream on Bramble. Oh my goodness. Scary stuff. But Nads,
Yes.
it's been a while. What have you been playing all of this time?
Oh my God.
Enlighten us.
Well, I was away in middle of the woods, so I didn't have too much internet. Sadly, no 4G or like 5G Wi-Fi, not really. So I had to go with what I could. So what I play a lot is like on my phone. So I went back to Terraria on my phone. This game is a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, that game is a lot of fun. I just started a new game and I went through it. I was like, there's been some update. There's been some new thing also, new boss. So I was like kind of like exploring that part. New item combination and stuff like that. So the game is always evolving, and I was a bit surprised with like some of the new stuff. So I'm quite interested to get back into it and finish that story with this character. So probably gonna get back into it when I'm out of internet. But that was one of the game I play, and as usual, I play some Raid Shadow Legend every time I had a bit of data. So that was always good time. If you haven't played that game yet, go have a look. It's like make me think of an old style RPG, turn-based RPG, but like with like a little bit more to it, where you can collect different character and stuff like that. So a lot of fun to play that game on my phone. But other than that, I was able to play a little bit of Core Keeper, but on my laptop. Sadly, I didn't have a good setup, so it was hard to play, hard to get like comfy and play. So I didn't play too much of it, but I played a little bit just to get back into it. And lastly, when I came back, the first thing I jumped back into was Destiny 2. Yes, I think it's a surprise for you, but no. But yeah, so I got back and it was Guardian Games. So Guardian Games started this week. Quite interesting. So if you haven't jumped into it, go collect some metal for your subclass, not your subclass, but your class, favorite class. As for myself, is a Titan, so I will jump right into it. I'm missing like a couple of the triumphs just to finalize the Garden game. I think it's good for another week, but like the season is ending soon. We only have like something like 17 days or 16 days before the end of the season, and season 21 is right around the corner. So, yeah, crazy. Like that 3 weeks just like screw me up a little bit. Now I need to like chase down some more triumph, like do my grandmaster and complete like some of the raids, so I can try to get the shotgun. But like yeah, there's new thing coming up too. On top of that, there's like a few TWAB that I wasn't able to go through, but I'll explain whatever like came up lately. Some news about the season, the next season, and a lot of change coming up. So but just before I jump into the TWAB and like some highlight of Destiny 2, tell me, what game have you been playing?
Well, what up, Maker of Chaos? He knows that we have been gaming on Bloodborne,
Oh yes,
getting our way through an incredibly difficult game, incredibly terrifying, but you're full co-op, so able to
that's
jump
good.
in and go along. Luckily, he knows the map, so he's sort of sherpaing me through it. But great experience. I love when the bosses are like larger than the screen itself. There's the amygdala, which is like a giant creature who rips off his own arms to smack you with it. There was
That's an
crazy
interesting way.
creatures that like there's hunters, there's people, there's spots in the game where they spawn in PvP elements.
Oh,
So you're like on your way to a tower, through a tower, and then all of a sudden somebody from a different game comes in and is like, I'm gonna kill you in the game. And what so overpowered. Oh, LOL, getting closer to the end of the game. Yeah, we are getting close. You should have played solo, Rudix Bliss. I'm not that hardcore like you, but I think after I played it with Maker of Chaos, I could go back and play it solo just because I know more of the maps, I know how the game works, so I could appreciate it more by just not getting lost and frustrated with the mechanics. So I do appreciate that first playthrough, and who knows, on my new game plus, I could have a lot of fun going through it on a solo run.
you're gonna have
But
to
yeah,
do it solo on Game Plus, I guess. It's gonna be way harder.
yeah, yeah. A lot of fun. Those From Software games pack a punch in the difficulty, and it's always a wild ride. On top of that, I've been deep into EA's Jedi Survivor. I've been getting through like the visual glitches, the screen tears. I'm sorry, I've heard Bliss, it dropped a lot for him. It's been booting him even, which I find incredibly heartbreaking. It has not done that for me as of yet, but making my way through the story, really enjoying myself. And yeah, I find myself using only single beam. I don't know what it is. And I find that there's an extra set of upgrades. So now I'm thinking, okay, I just want to have a new game plus playthrough to unlock that second set of upgrades. But I don't know what's going on there. But I
Is
digress. Having a lot of fun.
You're playing on PlayStation, right? And
That's correct. Yeah.
Bliss is playing on PC something.
No, he's also playing on PlayStation, from what
Oh,
I recall.
and he has like a worse experience. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if it's location or it doesn't make too much sense to me because everyone's console experience should be very similar. I played the past couple of days on Jedi Survivor and not getting booted, and it's awesome. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I've been
That's
meaning to
good.
catch up with you. I always see you on. But yeah, it's been a great time getting
It might
closer to
be
the end of that game.
it might be some like update that will fix it. I'm guessing, right?
There was
So
an update last Tuesday. So on PlayStation, it was about a gig. On Xbox, it was 7 gigs. Interesting enough. So
yeah.
a lot there. But yeah, that's the only 2 games I've really been gaming on this week. I played a little Fortnite with the siblings, but that was actually I missed last week. So really, it's just been those 2 games. So a lot of fun there. We'll see. We'll get through those worlds and then on to I think we both know Tears of the Kingdom coming up this Friday.
Oh yes, that's gonna be an interesting one. I
I
still
got
need
to
to
get
come
that
to
preloaded.
Terra. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
well, shall we jump into some Destiny 2 highlights?
yes, let's jump into that.
Let's do it.
All right, so just like starting as usual with Zur is in the Nessus. If you want to go see him, he sell the Queenbreaker, which is a terrible linear fusion rifle. They're probably gonna fix it eventually, like make it better. He's also selling the Ophidian Spate for the Hunter, total of 65, which is pretty decent. And for the Titan, he sell the Eternal Warrior 61, which is a terrible exotic. Hopefully they're gonna update it or make it better. But for the Warlock, we got the Phoenix Protocol with a total of 67. So if you don't have that, go get it. It's a very good exotic for well. Yeah, definitely go check it out. Also, Zur sells some armors from I-50s to low 60s, so pretty decent. I think the highest I've seen was a 65 for like a Titan or Hunter, but go check it out. Pretty interesting. Also, like I mentioned, Guardian game was this week, so and then an interesting thing happened. I think it was. Is it Thursday? When you jumped into the game, it says like, "Oh, the Warlock have won the Garden game," but the Garden game
Yeah, you were
just
telling me
barely
that.
like play. And I'm like, okay, is it rigged or something? But some of the people think the game is rigged because the Titans are winning. I think it has to do with like maybe people like want to put um, uh they doing something for Lance Riddick, right? So like they just like
Right.
he was a Titan in there, maybe like that's why most people playing Titan, or like people say the game is rigged. So let's see. I know like always the Titan always struggled to go up in score, and they just did that. They put that thing where like it give more points to the Titan because there's more Hunter in the game or something like that. So I'm not
Oh, it
exactly
scales.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is scale it, but whatever. We'll see what happens. The big thing we had to in the TWAB, just before the TWAB, what we had the season 21 ability tuning. So It's a big page that I describe a lot of new things, like the fragment that are one aspect. Now it's going to move to two aspect, and a lot of super tuning. So some of the super that are like working terribly, they're gonna like buff them up, make them better. So it's gonna be some interesting change. I know that Aster Cross is planning to do some damage video just to see the difference from between the two seasons. So I'm quite interested to see that. I wonder, like, if you look at the Warlock Solar, I found was so terrible versus like everybody's using the well now because it's way better. But hopefully Daybreaker like is gonna get way better. Hopefully there's gonna be some change like that. So can't wait to see. But moving on to the TWAB, some new thing came up. So Season of the Deep first look. So it was announced. I know it was announced previously on the Destiny 2 leak. If you are on Discord, someone leaked out like the Season of the Deep. There was like some comment about it. From the overall, looks like pretty legit. So I'm not exactly how it's gonna turn up, but yeah, it's gonna be coming out in 2 weeks. Just the season's gonna end soon. There's like a recap of big change coming with ability, like I mentioned, the season 21 ability tuning, and also there's oh, you're gonna love this one. No increase in light level for season 21. So
Finally!
18 1810 is gonna be the maximum. So what they're gonna do for the pinnacle drop, instead of getting a pinnacle, you're gonna get next you're gonna get an engram so you can decrypt it
It's
to the alright.
Swifty! Alright.
But
Alright. That's
yeah.
enough party. That's a great feature. That's a great
um
feature. No more light level.
Yes, that's gonna be definitely a good thing. They're gonna replace the pinnacle drop for like engram so you can decrypt at the elm. So we'll see how it turns out. Um, Also, there's the new exotic armor focusing and stat roll details. So it's telling you different tier, like the cost of it. So for older or legacy exotic armor, it's gonna cost less. For higher, it's gonna cost more. That's the gist of it. There's also an upcoming economy and crafting update. So the if you're looking for deep sight weapon, there's gonna be this harmonic. Now I need to find it. Harmonic.
It's like a
Uh,
currency?
it's a new currency. You can only have one in your inventory, and in the
Okay.
season pass, it's gonna be a total of 6. So
Okay.
like when you get it, then you can get like, let's say you get a weapon that can be deep sighted, but it's
Yeah.
not deep sighted. Like sometimes
Ooh, it deep
you
sights
can
it.
like, yeah, you can deep sight it. Like you can identify, oh, I need this weapon, so you can force deep sight it, if that makes sense, via that
Yeah.
new
So you're
currency, the
guaranteed
harmonic.
one weapon.
Yeah, exactly. At least so it just you can choose it though, but like you only allow one in your inventory, which is weird. But like, hey, it's gonna make it quicker to deep sight. And if
Yep.
you want to do a raid weapon, there's like gonna be more. It's gonna require one of those plus what you call it, the currency you get from raid there. Spoil conquest, so it's gonna cost you that on top of it. So it's not too bad. Instead of like running multiple like raid, you can just do that.
Nice.
Quite interesting. And there's like a price increase for season pass. So if you don't buy the whole year and you buy like every season separately, there's an increase in silver. Also, there's Trial of Osiris. There's some few update, some new gameplay. So the Dominion, and also new emblem, new shit, all new stuff. So quite interesting if you're into trials. Other than that, we have Prime Gaming gear available. If you are a Prime gamer, go check it out. And guess what I noticed too? In Prime Game, you can currently claim Grime for free via Prime Game.
Oh wow,
So
that's a
pretty,
huge one.
yeah.
Grime is like a 10 out of 10 on my charts.
There we
And
go.
they introduced free DLC back in December, and they're coming out with another free DLC patch, and they're planning to do a third DLC expansion, all for free. Grime
Nice.
is a beautiful game, a passion project, like a tribute to the Soulsborne games. The story, the elements. Oh my! I could not. I have the Grime T-shirt. I
Yeah.
like the game so much.
So
I could
that's
not say
amazing.
enough. I could
I,
not say many good things. Go and claim it if you don't have it.
yeah. As
Go and
soon as I
claim it.
saw this, I thought of you. I was like, "Oh, Riddick's gonna love this." But
Grime,
just to
Grime,
finish
Grime.
off, just to
Yeah.
finish off with Destiny 2, there's also some wallpaper, and I want to
Ooh.
show this graphic to everyone. So let's have a look here. So this is the new
Yeah.
seasonal, season of 21, season of the deep. One thing you notice here, Sloane is back. She's right at the front. She looked like she was in the submarine all this time, so she's still alive. You can also see the three guardian there with their the new cosmetic armor.
They're
It's quite
scuba
interesting.
suits.
Yeah, maybe. And I would like to point out they're underwater. So is there gonna be underwater gameplay? Now we're flying, we're going to space. Maybe there's gonna be some underwater. Who knows? And we can see a big eyes here. The big eye is like
Mhm.
a giant monster. I'm just gonna um I my thought about it, it's basically the Leviathan. So not the ship from
Ooh,
Callus, but a Leviathan is a
the
monster.
monster. Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember
In
in
the
the
deep.
lore, yeah, and if you
Yeah.
remember in the lore, the Savatune and her sister, before they got the worm, they met the Leviathan. The Leviathan was on the side of the traveler, telling them, "Don't go deeper. It's useless. Don't go there." But they end up going and join the darkness. Leviathan might be our clue for the next portion of the story. Maybe the Leviathan has to do more into it. Funny enough is that Leviathan is usually recognized as a sea monster like throughout history, and you see that in many games like being used as a sea monster. So pretty interesting. I can't wait to go back to Titan because it's most likely that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna go back to Titan. Maybe it's gonna be a new portion, new area. They're probably gonna reuse some of the same stuff. But yeah, we'll have to see. But that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Yay! So that's what's going on with Destiny 2. So
Nice.
2-3 weeks left to go, right? So
Under the sea, under the sea.
mm,
That's where they're going. But yeah, cool stuff. And of course, check us out on Tuesday if you want to jump into Destiny 2. We'll be playing at 10 p.m. with the community. All you got to do is jump into the Discord in the description and say you want to play with us because we're always gaming with the community, always gaming on Destiny 2, having a good time. And
yes.
I got the exotic shotgun when you were not here.
I know. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, they're gonna add this new thing for the raids.
Yeah.
All the triumph you do within the raid, if you remember some of the dungeon, if you do certain triumph, you have higher chance to get the exotic drop. Well,
Oh yeah.
adding that to all the older raid now, so it's like everybody can get those
So
weapons.
much
So
better.
yeah, exactly. Like the chance of getting a better, like the exotic is getting increased. So less grinding, make it more fun for people, I think.
All right. Well, let's get into the news.
hmm
Well, first, let's get into the GFN stuff. And of
Yes.
course, I should have my Geforce Now blog up, and I will have that soon. I think we have Some awesome games coming out this month. Obviously, this is the top of May, so we get all the information on what's coming out this month. So it's pretty exciting over here in Geforce Now Land this Thursday, especially. I would say this Thursday is probably the biggest Thursday of. What do we got to look forward to? Well, May is 16 new games, including Lord of the Rings Gollum, which was a definitely big drop for games this month, as well as System Shock. If you recall, this was a game, I believe, rumored with high suspicions to come to Stadia. So that's definitely cool to see. I believe that's a remake of a very old game. Yeah, a new Lord of the Rings game, Bliss. Very
Yeah.
exciting stuff. Lots of people have had said a lot of great things. A lot of effort has gone into it. It looks fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, if here can we see a little bit of it? It's
Yeah,
obviously
there's
going
a
to be
few.
4K RTX. I'm sure you're going to get all the 60 FPS you want out of a game. It's struggling here. Okay, but yeah, it's a full-fledged experience. It looks very big and expansive world. Your Golem, obviously, but yeah,
I don't
pretty
know
cool. Get one.
how they gonna make him look like a hero with like all the stuff he did.
Hey, he'll be an anti-hero, I guess.
Yeah.
That'll be that. We have a action adventure game and an epic interactive experience that take place in parallel events described in the Fellowship of the Ring. You play as Gollum, so in his journey for the outwit the most powerful characters in Middle Earth. So you claim and you make your choices. So we'll see. I've never been super huge into Lord of the Rings, all that lore and stuff. But would you jump into Lord of the Rings if they gave you the code and you wanted to get the experience?
Yes, definitely. I've played some of the Lord of the Ring older game. I was really into it before the movie came out, and when the movie came out, because I read the book when I was younger. So
Yeah,
it's a very in deep story, very nice.
yeah.
Yeah, and J.R. Tolkien actually wrote the book while he was like at war, like during the First World War and Second World War. So you can see his high and low within the book, you know. So quite
Yes.
interesting, yeah. But yeah, definitely will be interesting. I don't know how much I gonna play the Gollum story, but yeah, we'll have to see.
Nice. Well, we have Age of Wonder also coming out, number 4 in the series. So this is the long-awaited sequel from Paradox Interactive. It's a blend of 4 times strategy and turn-based combat. So this is a game that'll probably skip my list because it's turn-based. However, I know there's a lot of hype behind this game, so check it out in the cloud if you're into that type of experience.
Mhm.
As well as here are the games coming out this month. So big notable ones. I'm sure you've all heard this everywhere. I'm going to go through the list extremely quickly here. So we have Occupy Mars, the game, TT Island of Man, Ride the Edge 3, Far Cry 6, which is a very big game. So I assume Far Cry 6 was already there, but this is the Steam connection. So this is the Steam version of the game you can now link up with. We have Tin Hearts, Outlast Trials, Warhammer 40,000, Bolt Gun, Blooming Business Casino, Railway Empire, Lord of the Rings, Gollum. So that will be coming out May 25th if you're looking out for that one. Above Snakes, System Shock, which is releasing on May 30th. Patch Quest, The Ascent, Lawn Mowing Simulator. Get ready to cut your lawn. And then we have Conqueror's Blade. I bet you Lawn Mowing Simulator is going to have some wicked graphics, some excellent choices, and I want to do Lawn Mowing Simulator and have the push lawnmower. I want
If you
push.
go No, you on the tractor actually. Oh my god,
Oh,
I'm watching the video of it. It's
oh my
crazy.
goodness.
You got all the different brands. Make me think of like the farm simulator,
Yeah.
but oh my god,
More simple though. You just got a lawn to deal with.
it is funny. I would like to say one game I'm looking forward for it is the Outlast Trials. I can tell you
Oh,
this is a fun game, very fun
okay.
game. I've tried it.
Is that on
Uh,
here? No?
no. Outlast Trial is it's an horror game similar to what's the other one there? The Evil Dead you play and the other one, but
Okay. Dead by
but
Daylight?
yeah, very similar. You play online with other player and you have different tasks you need to do and you have monster chasing you. But it's
Okay,
quite
cool.
interesting. Yeah. I remember yeah, it's a very
That's a good
fun
shout out.
game. Yeah. I'll suggest to have a look for it.
Well, make sure to check out Showgunners as
Yeah.
well, a game coming out this month, which is another big one for GeForce Now.
Hmm.
So be sure to check out that one, and of course, System Shock, which I'm actually a little curious to see the remake of that one
Yeah,
after it
is it
being
a
so big.
remake? Is it a
Yeah,
remake?
because I believe it was an old game that they redid. That's what that
Yeah.
that studio who made System Shock is famous for, the Night Dive studio.
Yeah. That's just it.
So
It
we will
made me
see when it comes out on GeForce Now.
that should be interesting.
Don't forget, everybody, priority
Ooh.
membership is just $29.99. All right, everybody, for a limited time discount. You have until May 21st. 6 months of priority membership. Members get fast access to cloud gaming servers as well as supported RTX on all supported games. All for 40% off of the normal price. Very
Nice.
awesome discount. Be sure to scoop it up while you can. So many good games. 1,600 games. So many games.
They
And it's bring your
increasing.
own games.
I know they increasing like so much every month is just crazy now. I feel
Yeah.
like for a while they didn't have. It was like a little bit low, and now it's like hyping back up. So it's awesome.
Cool stuff, cool stuff. Well, we have some housekeeping out of the way, keeping everybody informed on GeForce Now. Now,
Yeah.
let's jump into the main story I have today. Everybody get ready for this. This is an interview we're going to be jumping into. I'm sure you may have heard us, may not have, but it's big on the gaming news this week. Basically Xbox saying they're bowing out of the competitive gaming market.
Mm,
But we're going to take a look and sort of share our reactions to this. So listen along as we go on here. First World War, yes. What's up, Dr. Spaceman? Thanks for dropping on by. But yeah, let's listen to the clip and share our thoughts on this.
yes.
Achievements, of course, looking forward and using the power of this next gen. Do you think you guys have lost that focus, or is it still there? And can we see more love on that side?
Well, we'll definitely continue to focus on making our console experience as great as it can be. I like the homepage refresh and some stuff. I will say this might be disruptive as well. We have a different vision. Paris talked about this. It's play the games you want with the people you want anywhere you want. We want Xbox to be something that people who buy our console can feel like they're a member of. Obviously, who are playing on PC, who are playing on cloud, that they feel like they're full members of our ecosystem. Game Pass players can play on many different devices, and we remain fully committed to that. We're not in the business of out consoling Sony or out consoling Nintendo. There isn't really a great solution or win for us. And I know that will upset a ton of people, but it's just the truth of the matter is that when you're third place in the console marketplace and the top two players are as strong as they are and have, in certain cases, very, very discrete focus on doing deals and other things that will that kind of make being Xbox hard for us as a team. That's on us, not on anybody else. Our vision is that everybody who's on console has to feel like they have a great experience and they're a first-class citizen. They've invested a ton in our platform. But we are not in a position, and I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games. So when you go and you're building on Xbox, we want our Xbox community to feel awesome. But this idea that if we just focused more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. Like 90% of the people every year who walk into a retailer to buy a console are already a member of one of the three ecosystems, and their digital library is there. This is the first generation where the big games that they're playing were games that were available last gen. When you think about Fortnite and Roblox and Minecraft, like the continuity from generation to generation is so strong. I see a lot of pundits out there that kind of want to go back to the time where we all had cartridges and discs. And
Yeah. And here we go to finish it off because I could only get 3 minutes. Here's the last 30 seconds of the video of the clip I have of Mr. Phil Spencer here.
Whole console share, that's just not the world that we are in today. There is no world where Starfield's an 11 out of 10 and people start selling their PS5s. That's not going to happen. So what we have to do, and we have this unique vision because we see what creators want to do. Creators want to build games that can meet players on any screen. People play with their friends regardless of what other screen they're on. And the console is the core of the Xbox brand. There's no doubt. So like we will stay focused on making sure that console experience is awesome. But I know some people want to hold us up of just being a better green version of what the blue guys do. And I'm just going to say, like, there's not a win for Xbox in staying in the wake of somebody else. We have to go off and do our own thing with Game Pass, with the stuff we do with xCloud, and the way we build our games. So,
wow.
There we go.
Yeah, so a lot of interesting stuff. If you don't know the person talking there, that was the head of Xbox Games and Entertainment. So I want to get into a little bit of reaction here. What up, cowboy? What's going on? Thank you for coming on by. In my opinion, he's not wrong. Yeah. How could this be happening? Xbox has what? So I'm gonna give my opinion here. This is purely opinional. I'm an enthusiast gamer. So to me, that sounds like Xbox has given up the console war. They're taking their ball and they're going home. They've given up creating 11 out of 10 games. They don't see a financial path to doing so. And they are creating their own ecosystem and creating a marketplace within their community and just not even trying to compete with Nintendo and PlayStation, because their quality of games and their consoles are just on another level, and we're not going to go there. So that, to me, is... we have a lot of opinions in here. Spaceman, I totally missed you last week because I was into the wrestling. Monday was off, so totally missed you. It's definitely been misinterpreted online. Definitely, I disagree, Maker. But yeah, what are you thinking, Nads, on what's happening? I know you're just coming into this, sort of stepping into this sort of bomb I showed you before the show. So what do you think?
So basically, from what I can see and from what I can tell, with since I was there when Xbox started their console, when Microsoft said we created Xbox and we're doing console. Now they're at the point where they're merging everything on PC, and like Phil Spencer said, they want to be on multiple platforms. So that's giving me the idea, we saw that Geforce Now tried to affiliate with Xbox so they can get some game on there. I think they just trying to open up to everybody and be like, try to avoid being that exclusivity thing. Understanding like they mentioned Starfield's not gonna be 11 out of 10. Well, at least I'm hoping it's gonna be 9 out of 10. But we'll have to see. Hopefully, Starfield's gonna end up being good and great and a lot of fun. But it's a Bethesda game. We all know like the type of bug they have if they use the same engine. But yeah, it's just crazy to think like they understand where they're sitting. They know like PlayStation make way better game. PlayStation is more into the hardcore heavy game. That's great. It's more the console. Their console is more powerful. Where you have Nintendo is more like a family-friendly game, like with the different kind of Joy-Con and all this stuff like they come up with. And Nintendo has built their console, their market based on all the character they created, right? If you look at Xbox, they started doing that. You know, Halo being a franchise they created, and like other game, but like we don't really see them as popping up as much. Where Sony, you got like, you got like Horizon Dawn, like that's a massive game, very popular. You got like fuck, what's the other
God of
Ragnarok,
War,
God of War,
Spider-Man,
yeah, and then you have
and
all those
Aloy.
big games.
Like
Yeah,
key
you have all those.
characters.
Exactly. You have all those big games that Sony has. Like you got to think Sony has access to a bigger market there, right? Where Microsoft have been more into PC and like video game entertainment or home entertainment, where Sony has been in the movies. Now they're like in console. Like it's just crazy. Like I think the Xbox is looking at themselves, being like, okay, maybe we can expand more, like they were mentioning within the cloud ecosystem, within their ecosystem. I like the fact they mentioned about the digital like library, because everybody has a digital library. I still have some of my old CD from my Xbox 360 and Xbox One. I don't even use them anymore. They're sitting there.
Right.
Sometimes I look at it, it's like, oh my god, I have that game. I haven't played that game in so long. But like, if I have it on my computer, on my phone, on other like screen, it's way easier to access, right? So I think that's the direction they're going with the Game Pass, being able to have like multiple game. Their Game Pass has their own way to do, like, every month you get a series of game free to play, and then like they eventually remove some, add new one, and they rotate around like this, which is
Yeah.
like a different way from others, but like it's good to see, right? So I don't think
It's just
it's
another option,
downhill.
I think, for
Yeah.
people.
I
All
don't
right,
think
let's see what.
Xbox going downhill. Like Microsoft is so big, it's not gonna go downhill. They gotta move on to something else. Look at Google with
Yeah,
Stadia, right?
let's not. Because we can't. It's not there anymore. Let's see what everyone in the comments is saying. Maker of Chaos. I don't think they're giving up on the console or making great games. They are just trying to make their games more accessible. Well, why was there no accessibility features in Redfall? Well, they're making it more accessible by making it on any screen and any platform possible. But in that same interview, he went on to say that Game Pass users are going to have to come to expect 6 out of 10s. And perhaps maybe they'll get lucky and get 8 out of 10s. But that's going to be the limit. They're not in the business of making 11 out of 10s like they're saying. So it's just a shame to see that they're not really going to blow our minds in that aspect. Reaver the Beaver says it's all depends on who you're talking to. Exactly. Cowboy, King of Entertainment. I think Xbox is going to be the great value of gaming, meaning the Walmart brand of gaming. They'll give you a lot of games, quantity over quality.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I will take that example. Android phone, you go on Play Store, you got all those game, right? It's not necessarily quality. There's a few quality game, but it's more quantity, right? So
Yeah.
and that's how I see it too.
Maker of Chaos says they're trying to merge the Xbox and PC ecosystem with the Game Pass. Exactly. And just have, hey, I have Game Pass, so I have access to all my Xbox stuff on any screen possible. That's great for sure. But I think what draws people into which console they're going to pick is based on what is going to be the awesome game that I'm going to dive into. So, yeah, it's great that they're doing that, and I think it's just another option. And then Bliss says Halo and Halo 2 changed everything. Oh, they were so good. Halo 2 really blew the minds of online. It blew the minds of what a story could be. And then they just kind of didn't keep evolving and growing after that. And I'm not sure what the change was.
Halo 3 was very good, and then eventually Bungie got kicked out of Halo for created it, and 343 bought it, and they rechanged everything, right? So I think 343 like did something to Halo.
And Dr. Spaceman says Xbox can't keep talent on board. People are leaving their studio in mass. That's unfortunate, but it seems like they're going off and creating new studios. I think what I heard, maybe if it was off of one of your tweets, but the bonus system in Game Pass doesn't make any sense for the creative types trying to get ahead and make great profits on games, because when you're in that Game Pass system, the bonuses that one would receive off of a great game sales, unexpectedly large game sales, you don't receive that anymore. So your talent and competitive nature kind of goes down, and you're kind of just working for more of the status quo. So I could see that sort of discouraging some talent for sure, who are hungry and more of those risk takers. Then we have Maker of Chaos. People are leaving Xbox studios, but it isn't as dire as some people make it seem. And then Dr. Spaceman says, sure, agreeing with Maker of Chaos. So a rare thing we have there. The Maker of Chaos and Spaceman agreeing. Accessibility in terms of the way you access the games. Yes. And I agree with that for sure. But to have no accessibilities in Redfall, Nads, I don't know if you heard this while you were away. Redfall released, and it was an absolute disaster. Lots of negative reviews. That interview stemmed from Redfall. Being so poorly received, AI not acting properly, T-poses, frame drops, just a sort of game that felt empty. So a lot of negative feedback there. I myself have never played it. I'm not sure if you're going to get into it, but yeah.
I don't think so. I think I got a better game out there. But at the same time, is Redfall basically a 6 out of 10? So if it is, then that's what you said.
That's what you can expect. And Cowboy says, I think Xbox will be fine. They just won't be considered in competing in gaming. More gamers will look down on Xbox. Exactly. And he says in that interview, 90% of gamers, and we're all the 10% of gamers who have all like sort of put into, we want the best experiences, but 90% of gamers don't really care about the huge things, and they see the numbers. So I think that's just kind of what they're going after.
Yeah, exactly. Make it more available for people. I think nowadays a lot of people like to play free-to-play game, and they just go for making money on the market or something like that, right? So like they sell stuff for money, and a lot. Funny enough, I'll be interested to see create a poll of how many people have spent money in video game, like real money in video game, because I think it's getting more and more popular. I felt myself I didn't spend that much money, or usually I try to avoid it. I think the only time I spent money was on Destiny 2, because I wanted that solar like ornament, but like but overall I never spent any money in video game. But like I would be interested to see how many people does it. Like
that solar ornament, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly, right.
All right. Well, before we get here, I'll read this one from Maker. I don't know about that. Game Pass, in my opinion, will still be one of the biggest gaming subscriptions. I believe so as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are subscribed to Game Pass because of the quantity, like we were saying, and then the quality will be more towards the connoisseur in gaming. So I think those are different markets. And then Reaver the Beaver says, in my opinion, or in my humble opinion, people are overreacting to the same ish like it's never happened before. Yeah. But we will see. We will see what happens in the future.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're not the fortune tellers, are we? But let's get through gaming news
Yes.
before we run too late on the clock.
Mhm.
Hogwarts Legacy. Have you heard this one? It's like the biggest game ever this year, which neither of us have played, but it tops 15 million in sales. It grossed
Damn.
over $1 billion.
Oh
If it
my
would,
God. I think
if it
it's
would
just
work,
people love Harry Potter.
yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of Harry Potter. I know my wife, she's interested into it 'cause she was a big fan of Harry Potter, the movie, the book, and all this.
yeah,
So I'm pretty sure, like, she was like, if you can get it for me, she asked me to get it. But yeah, I think it's definitely an interesting game. Like, and putting like all the story, the book story, and the movie story into a video game. That's always fun. And make it more interesting, right? I think that compared to other like Harry Potter games, this game is like a bit more open world. You can visit a bit more the area and see some places that you see in the movies. So that's quite good, right? And that might be why it's
exactly.
so popular.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That website likes to freeze up my computer. So while I'm waiting for the next thing to go, come on, computer. I think I can. I think I can. Let's jump into. Oh, everything's frozen. Nads, do you see the next thing on the
Is
list
it
there?
Play On or something? I see Deep Silver merging under one brand with other company.
Okay, there we go.
You got it?
It gave me back control. So we have Play On is restructuring. So there's some layoffs are planned. So not just at Microsoft, different places are laying off as well, it seems. So Koch Media will merge Deep Silver, Prime Matter, and Ravenscourt under a single brand. So these are the makers of Dead Island 2, Saints Row, a lot of big games that people are interested. So also a VR developer. So this could be a pretty powerful bit of talent coming across. They have 1,200 people, billions of dollars in acquisitions. I mean, Koch Media, the name Koch alone brings a lot of money value as well. Here we go. Big titles like Saints Row, Metro, and Dead Island. So a lot of really exciting things we may see coming out of this super studio Plyon in the near future. So keep your eyes out for this big one. But
Interesting.
they sort of took three and made it into one.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, there's going to be layoffs, but yeah, cool stuff. Thought I'd bring it
Yeah.
up. It's in the gaming world. We're having some news, and thanks to Maker of Chaos, he is the low key unpaid executive producer of the show. So I get his Twitter feed and I go through it and I pick out the stuff I like. So I'm curious to see what they work on. I doubt it's Saints Row. I doubt it's going to be Saints Row 2. I feel like the last Saints Row fell flat for them. It wasn't that retro remake experience that they were sort of hoping for. Uh,
Yeah.
this game, this game is going to be, in my opinion, very very cool and fun. Nads, this may even interest you.
Hmm.
This is a massive co-op MMO multiplayer game, and it looks so cool. Like, when I say so cool, I mean super cool. It's called Chrono Odyssey. It's just got talked about in the recent future. I mean, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
recent past. It's coming out in the near future. You can see a bunch of people working together to take out a dragon here. Let me up sort of the visuals here. Look at that. You see how everyone's working together in a raid element? That's an
Yeah.
MMO. How cool
No,
does that look? Look
I
at
know. It
these
looks
battle
amazing.
elements. Like God of War type fighting here. Like,
Uh-huh.
boom. Wait, there was a specific part I was like, oh, this is an ads character.
I know there's like Archer or something like that.
Oh, did you see this one?
Yeah.
The archer. There's climbing. There's exploration.
Uh,
Like these big boss fight elements. Look, the gun. Look at that.
yeah. There you go.
Distance, range. Like so many things to get excited about this game.
Yeah.
I know MMOs may not be the coolest thing ever in this world, but I feel like these people may be doing something different. It looks really nice to me. There's a lot of exciting gameplay features that I could get behind.
Who created it? What's the name of the
N
company?
Pixel. N Pixel. So I have their website. They created one other game, and it was all Chinese based, or sorry, Korean based.
Korean.
I don't want
Oh,
to.
okay. I know.
So they're a
Okay.
Korean developer.
Yeah.
I mean, what's really not to get excited about here? I'm not sure I see any sort of downsides here. It looks really awesome to me, and kind of an experience I've been looking for. Uh, yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Elder Scrolls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it make me think of that type of game, but Chronos of this like just the title, I was like, oh, is it like based on the previous story of Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, or it's totally different?
It's a
It
new
looks,
Chrono.
yeah, new Chrono. Okay, I was like, oh, that's sweet. No, it looks pretty amazing. That's for sure. Interesting. Yeah, a new RPG
Oh,
MMO. I don't know if it's gonna be free to play or what.
so we have some Maker
Uh,
of Chaos comments. In my opinion, this game looks very MMO-y.
yeah,
Animations look a bit stiff, and Korean MMOs can be very grindy. Lost
yeah,
Ark is an example. Have you played Lost Ark? I've not played
yeah.
that
I
game.
didn't get into much. I didn't get into
No.
it too much. No.
I look forward, like, if I could play with all my friends and where it's cross platform. I'm not sure it's going to be, but that would be a really great experience for me. If it
Uh,
is too grindy, I'm not going to like that, but hopefully they've sort of built on games that they've seen successful in today's age and created an
mm-hmm.
experience where it's not that kind of grindy. But hey, only time will tell. Obviously, there's a lot of money behind it based on the visuals, so we'll see.
But like, I think the grindy part. I think it's like a common thing you see in MMO. Just to keep
Take care,
people
cowboy.
playing, right? It's just to keep people playing the game, right? Because if it's like
Yeah.
a free to play, they need to make it grindy so people are want to spend money to play the game, so they don't have to do the grind. Does that make sense? So that's all usually they get you. Or people's gonna find way to cheat the game and just to grind. So it make me think like the same company as fuck, Pixon or there's another Korean company was very similar. They made a bunch of games similar to that. Look at
Hmm.
Genshin Impact. It's Korean
Yeah.
also. So
Oh, is
uh,
it?
oh no, sorry, Genshin Impact is Chinese. My
It's
bad.
Chinese, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But like most of the Korean version of game, yeah, I think he's right. They're very grindy, but it looks amazing. That's for sure. They put a lot of money, a lot of time into the graphic, and I think who knows? Maybe they're gonna like surprise us with a new way instead of being grindy. Like the story's gonna be so much amazing and developing, right? Look at Destiny. The way they keep us playing is by adding like time gated activity, right? So that's how they get you to get back into the game. So maybe that's what it is nowadays. It's instead of grinding, is time gating like activities or time gating the story. So who
Gameplay
knows?
is decent, but all the systems can be overwhelming. Black Desert Online is another Korean MMO.
Yeah.
I've not heard of these Korean MMOs, and I assume they're not available on the console. They seem more of a PC or even mobile sort of games. Like I
Yeah.
looked up Npixel, and their last game was on mobile, sort of a big MMO. So that's sort of
I
what we'll see coming out of that house,
uh
but it's something to keep your eye on. But just a nicely polished game. Um,
the
we
other
have some
company I was thinking of was Nexon. Nexon made a lot of
ah.
games. Yeah, Maple Story was a game I played a lot when I was younger, but they made a lot of Korean game and similar type of game, looking amazing and stuff like that, right? So a lot of MMORPG. But sorry.
We have Thunderful, the people behind Wavetail. They are releasing a game exclusive to Xbox and PC, and that will be coming up very shortly on May 23rd. If this would load. My computer is struggling right now. Let me bring it down to 480p. So we're basically seeing another we're not seeing. This is a game, Planet of Lana, very cute little story, side-scrolling 2D art style, from Thunderful, the same people who made Wavetail. So if you enjoyed that story, be sure to check it out on Game Pass on May 23rd.
Nice.
Next, we have some awesome Game Pass news for all of you Game Pass players. Some games coming this month. We have Weird West, Shadowrun Trilogy, as well as Ravenlock and Fuga 2. So get ready for all of that awesomeness. Available today is Redfall. Ravenlock. Here are the games right now. You can all check it out. Pretty cool. All the offerings. If you're into Game Pass, you don't want to miss it. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, free Luke Skywalker character. So that's May 4th. Look, they even give you all these DLC and updates as well. They let you know when it's leaving. So we have leaving on May 15th before we leave. Dagaronoopia and Hearts of Iron, Her Story, and Urmagi Generation. So yeah, just some things to keep you updated on your Game Pass.
Awesome.
Next, we have some PlayStation news. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered comes out with a PS5 version and will finally be available to purchase on PSN later this month as a standalone game. It's a $10 upgrade if you already own the original Marvel Spider-Man. So exciting stuff if you're looking to play that game on PS5. We have Forspoken DLC dropping May 26th in Tonta We Trust. So get your nail polish shined up. We are getting into some. It's actual elements. It's you get the nail polish and it adds stats to your character. Don't laugh at it. I don't know
Really?
why yeah, it's a Square Enix element. It's like, you know how you have armor pieces?
Yeah.
You have
This
different
one.
nail polish, but yeah. You know what? To me, this game does look stunning. The visuals look nice. There's nothing about the gameplay that looks bad. The bosses I love when they're bigger than this world type of thing. There's nothing wrong with what's happening here. I'm just looking to get it at not full price because I would not want to do that. I just
You
think
learned
in
your
Game
lesson.
Pass days, yeah, in Game Pass days, I'm just gonna hold back on that. So we'll see. If you're up for the DLC, that comes out May 26th. It's dropping. But what do we have coming out this week? Tears of the Kingdom, which I will be streaming the moment it comes out. Check it out, 12 a.m. on Friday. That's right. I don't sleep that night. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
F1 releases on June 16th, so be the last to break in EA Sports F1 23 coming to PlayStation, Xbox One, and PC June 16th. So that was some cool racing, a lot of story behind that, and some cool stuff. But yeah, that's the news we have this week. A lot of awesome gaming stuff. Let's get into the clips.
Yes.
What do you
I don't
say?
have any. I don't have any clips, so it's gonna be all yours.
All right, so we're gonna have some fun here. So this clip comes from Bloodborne, as Bliss is saying, "Do I have any Bloodborne clips?" So this is a funny one. All right, that didn't do anything. Oh, where did Octopus Face come from? Oh, no! Oh! Oh, he chose you! Oh my god! No! Oh my god! Your lives?
That is funny.
So, yeah, he chose Maker of Chaos over me. That was a funny clip. We're making our way through the halls there. A lot of exciting gameplay, a lot of freaky characters, elements, the story, trapped in a nightmare, making through these hellish beasts. A lot of exciting stuff for a game in 2015. It's so polished. It looks so nice, and the gameplay is so challenging and engaging. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of good things to say about that, except it's only available on PlayStation, so it's the only place to play it. You can't get it on PC, can't get it anywhere else. It's an interesting, little corner that they put it in. And get this, so the DLC,
Yeah.
the only way to get the DLC was to go find this random body sitting in a corner in a map, and from there you had to access something, go interact with it, and then only then did you get access to the DLC. It was some crazy thing you had to find. Like in games, they're like, new DLC, click here and get access. No, they hide this when you get it. It's crazy. It's
That
crazy.
is interesting, that's for sure. I never saw this before.
No,
That's cool.
I was stunned as well. So this is a clip from the. Oh, that's true. You can get it. So if you're interested in playing Bloodborne, you can get it on PC via PlayStation Plus. That is true. Thank you, Bliss. So this is probably, and spoilers, turn away. There's not spoilers. It's not spoilers. This is exciting gameplay. Like, I was super impressed, and it's just a small clip of Jedi Survivor.
All right.
I can't believe this! Believe it! Well done! You got this, buddy! No kidding. This thing's gotta have a weakness.
Wow. Wow. I'm just in my seat, like, wow. Like, oh. You're like, oh my god, it's so exciting, so exhilarating.
That's
That boss
funny.
fight. That boss fight was epic. BD1 has to be one of the most awesome side characters in any game. Like, sure, your ghost revives you a bunch of times, but he talks smack to you. BD1 is amazing. Is amazing as a sidekick. Like, he constantly agrees with you. It's like, oh, it's so cool. Here is my first. I want to show. Yeah. Here, I want to make sure I get the right one because it goes in order here. There's 2 clips here that go in succession. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna set the story here. I rushed through this dungeon. I was too low level and I had a lot of skill points. So when I died in this boss fight, I was like, oh my gosh. So you're supposed to fight all 3 of these guys in different scenarios. But I rushed to the bottom and I had to fight all 3 of them at the same time. It's freaking ridiculous. There's no way out of this room.
Now, BD.
All right.
Nice.
All right. So last guy left. So this is why the clip's not continuous, because I paused. I took a deep breath because I'm playing on like Jedi Master here, so it's a hard difficulty. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. I have no more revives, just to give you the heads up. And I need this for all my skill points to get back.
The plan was to ambush us. Well, it could have worked, but it didn't.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I took a deep breath. That was such a difficult fight. If you're ever in that tunnel, do every boss individually. Don't fight all 3 of them at once. That's a stupid way to do it. And lastly, I have a clip, or sorry, a picture, which I grabbed. So this is an epic fight that you do. You notice that this guy is wielding his other lightsaber with his ghost arm. With his ghost arm.
He doesn't have an arm. Okay, I was wondering
Yeah.
what. He's using the
but-
force.
Yeah, exactly. But check out that. I managed to grab that screenshot. Pretty cool as I'm coming from above with the saber slash from above. Yeah, Bliss, I am rocking the single beam. Ooh, single beam gang. I have done nothing but rock the single beam that entire game. I'm starting to now rock single beam and blaster because I like the blaster element in the game. But yeah, it's cool. I'm enjoying it. I look forward to the new game plus playthrough. But yeah,
Nice.
let's check out yours. Oh yeah, we saw your
I didn't
screenshot.
have.
It was the deep. It was the deep.
Yes, Season of the Deep. All
Well,
good.
everybody, that was the podcast for this week. And with that, we come to an end of another fantastic episode of Cloud and Console. We hope you enjoyed listening to our discussion on the most exciting game of our time, and we hope you found it both informative and entertaining. And as always, we appreciate your support and encourage you to like and subscribe our podcast. It's at Cloud and Console. One word on YouTube and Twitter. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're hearing us for the first time. And your continued support means everything to us, and we can't wait to continue sharing our passion of gaming with you. Thanks again for listening. Thank you, Nads, for leveling up this podcast.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, we'll see you on the next episode of Cloud and Console. And remember, we're all gamers in the game of life.
Yes. See you all.
Au revoir. Au revoir. Oh my god, I'm butchering
Au
it.
revoir.
Oh,
So-
boy. Yeah. There you go. All right. See you guys.
See y'all.
Grove. 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 Why try to believe in me? Why try do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me who finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as me.